Then you continue.
Okay, I'm just gonna talk about parallel training.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, everyone. This is the Peace Corps Peru team here. My name is Enrique Liñán. I'm your training manager.
I am Jorge Zaguirre, watch program manager.
I'm Palmer Heacock, senior country director.
I'm Dawn Crosby. I'm the director of programming and training.
Hi, I'm Miriam Justo, your master trainer.
Okay, so we're gonna start this call. As I send you the agenda, the first thing we're gonna start doing is Palmer Heacock, our country director, is gonna be telling you about the program here, the Peace Corps program.
Okay. So we know everybody's online right now? Okay.
Are we up to how many? 13?
I can't see that now.
It's okay.
Okay, go ahead, Palmer.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, a little bit about our program. First of all, I want to say we're looking forward to your arrival. I'm not actually going to be here when you arrive. I'm going to be at a conference. So we'll have Dawn Crosby, our DPT, taking over as acting country director at that time. But I'll see you the next week, and I really look forward to it. A little bit about our program. We have approximately in country right now about 180 volunteers. We generally have around 200 volunteers when we have a full group here. And we also have Peace Corps Response, which is a one-year program for return volunteers or other professionals that have more accrued experience and get put into a more targeted type of a placement. We have 5 programs, and I think you're all aware of those programs. And WASH is one of the programs that's integrated into the other 5, and we do a clustering strategy. So we try to have different kinds of volunteers together within a region, so that you can complement each other's work and be able to play off each other's skills and abilities. We have a very large staff here that's here to support you, and our role is to support you. Our role is to help you be strong and effective volunteers. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and that really, truly, our job is here to be a support for you, so that you can be safe, healthy, and effective. And that is the definition of a successful volunteer. At the same time, I did really want to emphasize your role in support of yourself and other volunteers, in your role in being a team player and being part of our team here in Peru. It's really, I think, the old Peace Corps motto that this is the hardest job you'll ever love. I really still believe that is probably the most realistic and effective, or realistic and true model that Peace country, with really nice people, a rich cultural history. You've got a staff here to support you that has years of experience and really is dedicated to all of that. But at the same time, what's really important for you to understand is that a great deal of your success will depend on you, depend on your willingness to dig in, to become an intercultural expert above all else, of really applying yourself to learning about Peruvian culture and learning about your and integrating into any culture at all, in this case Peruvian. I think we can safely say that Peru is a multicultural country, so you're going to find vast differences between one part of the country and another, different ethnic groups, coast and Sierra. It makes it all the more interesting and rich, and at the same time creates some of the challenges of integration. We're very confident that the training that we've designed for you is going to help you with that. But I just really want to emphasize that so much depends on you yourself to make the right decisions that will help guide you through, make the right kinds of choices in terms of how you adapt to Peru, because it's a big adaptation process. And then once you are once you have sworn in and once you have begun to adapt, that you have the kind of relationship with us where we can continue to support you. We really do realize that living and working in another country is difficult. Your situation is unique in that you are truly living with families, truly living in communities. And it's a great experience. I know both Dawn and I can speak to that as ex-volunteers or returned Peace Corps volunteers. But our staff sees it regularly as well, just seeing the growth that people make as Peace Corps volunteers and the opportunities that creates now and in your future. So I'm just inviting you to come and be part of our team, to do everything you can possible to create those relationships with Peruvians. There's a tendency when you get here, always, because you're going to be with a bunch of other North Americans together at the training center, that your support system begins to be each other, and that's very important. We do believe in peer support, but the really most amazing thing you'll get out of this experience is that if you really truly help you have a great experience. And so that's close to the end of the
Yeah, okay.
Oh, every time a new caller calls in.
I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
that.
It's on now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on.
Pregúntele
So-
¿estás seguro que
No
está?
estoy viendo Marcela.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, what I was saying is that we were having some technical difficulties. Is that I feel often trainees come in very prepared for adjustments in terms of just physical conditions. But what often we see trainees and volunteers struggle with is adjustment to interpersonal relationships. So a different way. More important even than adjusting to physical living conditions. And so one of the things Parmer mentioned, that our training, we feel like our training is going to be supporting you in that process. And I wanted to just dive a little bit deeper in that. We have designed the training, we've incorporated concepts around intercultural competence, diversity and inclusion. But the front part is really focused on intercultural competence, I would say. And what I wanted to say is that we, in terms of we can't prepare you for every, there's a lot of diversity in Peru, and so we can't prepare you for exactly what the scenario will be in terms of culture in your site, because you have a Sierra culture, you have a coastal culture, depends on in that particular community. Who are the actors? What are the histories of that community? What is the history of that community? So what we want to prepare you for is to be interculturally competent, so that sort of irrespective of what the reality is in the community, you know how to navigate it. And so one of the things I wanted, and we put this in the bridge to PST, I don't know, Enrique, when did they got the bridge to PST? About 10 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully some of you have read it, but we mentioned a term called the parallel journey. And what I wanted to just sort of have you come into training with the mindset is that in order to become interculturally competent, you actually have to look inwards towards yourself as much as you look outwards. And again, Parmer mentioned this, a lot depends on you. So the reason why that's important is to understand where culture shock is, you have to actually understand what your value system is, to be able to identify when a different value or behavior, either on the surface or even deeper, is in conflict with the value you have. And so in order to become interculturally competent and be prepared for you to go out to site, you also have to get to know yourself. And each person is going to be at a different place in terms of that coming into training, but very much the process that you'll experience in training will be looking inward as much as it will be understanding your external environment. I think that's all I wanted to touch upon, because I think the next person is going to get, or Miriam will talk more deeply about training.
Yeah.
So.
Hi guys, Jorge Aguirre. Welcome to Peru. Okay. In the WASH program, we have now 40 volunteers. The program was included in the Peace Corps Peru. It's in 2008. Now we are working in 5 regions located in the northern region of Peru, mainly in the highland areas, and we are going to include now another area near to the jungle region. The WASH project framework includes 2 main goals. The first main goal is related with working with the families. As you know, the WASH activities is very close related with the health goals. In that way, the main goal is related, linked with the improve the healthy and water and hygiene practices mainly. We are going to work closely with the different households in trying to include hygiene practices and also try to improve the condition of the safe water treatment in the household. The second goal is related with the water and sanitation services, linked with the improve the water quality conditions and improve the sanitation condition, improving latrines and baños in the rural areas. We are working mainly in the volunteers are working mainly located in the capital of the districts and capital of the regions, and they move and walk around that sites in order to try to carry out their activities in the caseríos anexos, small rural communities.
Okay. Right, now we're going to turn on to the PCMOs. They are our Peace Corps medical officers. They're going to be telling you about giving you some information.
And Jorge Bazan, the second doctor. Here is not with us Carmen Orteaga. She's the third doctor who is going to be in charge of your health during your 2 years here. I just wanted to update them on maybe how the system it's going to be. 3 doctors are going to be in charge of supporting you to take care of your health. Remember that the main responsible of being healthy is each volunteer. We are going to be able to explain you to increase maybe the information that you have about specific health problems that you may have here while you are serving. During training, we are going to have like 10 sessions that we are going to be able to explain you from also the cultural point of view how you can take care of yourself.
Hi, welcome to Peru. So yeah, like Suni said, we will have a training sessions in which we will get into more detail of what is going to happen in Peru with you. And yeah, so we'll see you soon. And just remember to bring a lot of underwears because you will get a lot of diarrhea and you will poop your pants for sure, more than once.
Yeah, remember, and I know that you know this because I mentioned that in the video. You need to bring 3 months of whatever medication you are taking over the counter or prescribed by your doctor. 3 months, because after those 3 months we are going to be able to give you what is available here in Peru. Okay.
Right. Turn it over to you.
Hi. Hi, I am Miriam, the master trainer. So I work in the training unit with Enrique and also the language and culture facilitators, the PTSs, which are the programming and training specialists, and the technical training assistants. Okay. I just want to go briefly in regards to the trainee assessment portfolio. As you know, Peace Corps training, even though it's a 2-year thing, while you are in service, you will be also part of training. The PST will prepare you for your first, let's say, 3 months outside. So even though we won't be able to prepare you for your 2 years of service or your full integration into community, we want to give you support and to be with you while you discover your way through the Peruvian culture. And we do that with a trainee assessment portfolio, which basically is like what you will be seeing is a booklet that has appendices, let's say from A to K, that will assess, and we will be able to have like tangible information on observations, on interviews, on conversations, on practicums, simulations, and other activities you will be developing through the 12 weeks of PST, pre-service training. Part of this is also your self-evaluation that we will be having time to talk during PST, and also observations from the part of the staff. The staff itself will be meeting twice during PST, only the staff, to go through each of you and to see your progress, in which areas you need more support from us, in which areas you need to work by yourself a little bit more. Also, the TAP, the Trainee Assessment Portfolio, is very important because upon the results of that progressive evaluation and monitoring system, we will decide who is ready to train as a volunteer. So we are basing our decisions on evidence. So we need to see what you are doing and when. Let's say you need to facilitate and we see that you need to practice a little bit more, we will give you that chance. We will be giving you formal sessions and also informal conversations. We will be documenting our interviews so you can see what was discussed. And then in 2 or 3 weeks, we will have another documented interview and you will have a chance to see your own progress, to decide whether you wanna do a little bit more effort in some aspect and you need some specific aid from anyone in the staff. So it's very comprehensive, very integral, but it's not only a document that the staff fills out, it's something like it's always being conversated, talk among you and us as the staff. And it's not only me or the training manager, it involves many people like for example, the technical training assistants, the language and culture facilitators, your PTS, which is a program and training specialist for your own specific project. For you, her name is Maria Isabel, for example. So probably she will be the one that will be talking to you much more about this. I think that's the basics on this, because on week 1 PST, once you are here, we will discuss a little bit more. You will be able to see it. You will be able to take it home and read it and all of that. Don't stress too much about that, even though it's monitoring and evaluation and we do take it very serious. It's basically a supporting guidance for you, like to make sure we are giving you the support you need.
Can I make one comment
Sure,
on that?
please.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention on the training assessment materials that we use, the training assessment materials. Yes, we do in the end, I mean, we determine whether or not a particular trainee is ready to swear in as a Peace Corps volunteer. And there are occasions when we have told people that we didn't feel that they were ready to be a volunteer and this was not the time for them. So that is a possibility. However, I think the more important aspect of this is that through this process, we're asking you to work with us so that you can decide whether or not you're ready to be a Peace Corps volunteer, because it's a 2-year commitment. And once you swear in, we really want you to stay. PST, pre-service training, is a time for you to decide, is this really for you? Is this really what you're committed to doing for 2 years, so that we can support you through those 2 years, and we will support you. But the training assessment portfolio or package is designed not only for us to assess you, but for you to assess yourselves. Okay, and it's a very non-threatening type of a process, but we do get down to the nitty-gritty in it. So I just wanted to make that clear. We really hope that once you have sworn in, that your commitment is to really stick it out and be here for 2 years, because the communities that you're being assigned to are expecting you to be here for 2 years.
Yeah, perfect. I was actually going to say the same thing when Miriam was explaining the trainee assessment portfolio. The one term I throw out there that helps sort of encapsulate what Parma was saying, that people say often in the Peace Corps world, is pre-service training, or PST, is like a 12-week job interview, in the sense that you're really deciding, is this the place for you, at the same time that we're deciding whether we feel like that individual is ready for service. Because as Parmer said, we want it to be the right decision for both. We want it to be the right decision for the community in terms of that volunteer being able to serve, and we also want it to be right for the individual. And so it is very bi-directional, as Miriam said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and we'll be talking more about that when you guys get here, and we'll walk you through the process. Now we wanted to talk to you a little bit about packing suggestions. So you guys are I don't think I'm.
You can turn the computer.
Just
turn it.
Here.
Okay.
So you guys read the Bridge to PSD, and we did give you suggestions on what to bring and what to pack. Please read that document. It has like all the information you need. If you have further questions, feel free to ask the questions right now. You have a chat box there that you can ask. If not, you can always feel free to email us. Email Marcela Trask. You've been in contact with her already, and then you can always ask any questions that you have as you prepare to come here to Peru. And just to end this call, I wanted to talk to you about the airport arrival information. So you guys have your information for staging, and then you have coordinated that with Marcela. So you're leaving from Newark and you're arriving in Lima at 9:05. We will be there at the airport waiting for you. We usually get passes to go and meet you at the gate where you leave from the plane. So Dawn and I will be there. If we get these passes, we're very likely to get them. We'll be meeting you there, and then we'll be giving you information as to how you can go through immigrations. Okay, we did include that information in the Bridge to PSD, so take a look at that. There are examples of the forms that you have to fill out. So please take some time to read that. When you're on the plane, complete those forms so we can make the process faster. So you just can go through immigrations, and then we can go to the luggage pickup. Also we recommend that you wear your Peace Corps shirt that day. So it's easier for us to identify you, and also for the staff when they meet you outside of the airport. Yeah, and that's basically it. The weather is gonna be it's nice and sunny here, so when you arrive, it's not really I don't think you need any jackets or anything. You will be fine with just your Peace Corps shirt. Okay. So please let us know if you have any questions. That's it. If you guys have anything to add, okay, Miriam.
So in terms on what to bring and for your packing practical thing is once you arrive, you will be traveling by bus to a training retreat center. It's kind of in the outskirts of Lima. You will be staying there for a couple of days. So bring like a small bag or a carry-on for those 2 days, and then bring all your stuff in a bigger thing, because for those 2 days, we can put all your stuff in deposit, and then for those 2 days, you can have like a backpack or a small carry-on with the things for a couple of days. That will be comfortable for you and practical for everyone. And also what to wear in those first 2 days is just perhaps for the ladies, just a blouse. Yes, and for the guys, a shirt, or like Parma is wearing like a collar shirt. Yeah, it's gonna be warm, rather warm. Yes, and probably not that like moisture, not that hot, but could get warm. So short sleeves are recommended, and bring your sunblock for your face and your water bottle for the first days, no, for your small packing bag. That's it. And for swearing in, bring your suit, the guys, and the ladies. Suit is fine if you want, or a dress, knee length, not too short, or a nice pair of pants and a pretty blouse, no, for swearing in ceremony, which is in July.
We also send a dress for Peace Corps success document that you should have received with the Bridge to PSD. So refer to that document if you have any other questions about like what to wear or how to pack. Okay. So that'll be it. So do you guys have any other thing?
Not really. Can we field any questions you may have?
Yeah, I don't think there are. Okay, guys. So if you have any questions right now, you can use the chat box here.
So there's no audio?
From them, no.
There's no audience.
No, there's 11 viewers. Okay, so if you guys have any questions now, use the chat box. That's right to the right. If not, you can always, as I said before, you can always email us with your questions. No, we don't have any questions from them. Yeah, there's 11 viewers.
But they don't have audio. They can only do it in the chat box.
Yeah, they can only do it in the chat box. Okay, well, so that ends with our broadcast. Thank you everyone for joining, and then we'll see you on April 28th.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.